Hi there, my name's Lee and welcome to Committed to Carp Bedtime Stories. If this is your first time visit to the channel, thank you for clicking on the video. If you've been following the channel, it's good to have you back again. Okay, everything's set up. Just stopping under the shelter for the night that I'm here. Minimal amount of tackle, not a lot with me at all. And that will do me 24 hours. I haven't been to this fishery in a long time. I've just snuck out for 24 hours and I've come to Morton Fisheries. It is one of my locals, probably about 7 miles away, so not a very far drive at all. Yeah, I've got everything set up. Just fishing 2 rods at the moment, and I'm fishing a little mesh bag on each rod with sticky krill wafters. So let's see what happens. I'm not going to waffle on. Straightforward, let's get down to business. Right then, I had the tiniest amount of amino blend 365 left. It was probably a quarter of a bottle, so I've topped it up with some of the Hydra Spod syrup, Secret 7 liquid, and to spice it right up I added some of the sriracha chili sauce, and that's all gone in to that one tub there, and it now stinks to high heaven, and that's what I'm glugging over the PVA mesh bags. Oh yeah, that's stinky. That's not a bad carp. Could be close to 20. These are what we need. A scabby fox, by the way. Don't do anything for scabby fox.
My mum's got a sandy colour one, it's gorgeous. So.
Mrs. wants me to get another one.
Yeah, they are nice.
And call it treacle, because she wants me to get a fawn coloured one. So then we'll have truffle and treacle. So first run of the session, lovely common. Rod's only been out about 20 minutes. And
it's a nice fish. Lovely mouth on it as well.
Oh yeah,
good pristine mouth on it.
Calm yourself down.
Been resting in the edge for a bit, so it's got a bit of energy.
Much better. You'll be happier again now. Why all the ones lower than 20, always the mischievous ones. There we go.
She's up.
Oh. Try that again. There we go, £19.8. Not going to mess around with it now, we've got a quick video. But yeah, first carp of the session, well chuffed. Totally out the blue. Get the rod back out. Little PVA mesh bag with a krill wafter.
Well, Lee.
Bonus.
Nice fish, mate.
Cheers, buddy. Let's get her back in. You can have a kiss.
Hey. We get a release on her as well.
Yeah, come on. Pick your head up, my little friend. You're going to have to do a better effort than that swimming out, aren't you?
So his nose stuck in the bottom.
Hey, you're not so bloody thrashy around now,
Yeah,
are you?
He's out.
Quick shout out to Jack. He's been fishing in the peg next to me. Thanks a lot, Jack. Cheers for doing the filming. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Okay, so time put another PVA bag out, and this is all I've been simply doing, is dipping it in the pot like that, giving it a good dunk, letting it sit in there, giving it a dip so it looks like that, all soaked. Let's get that out. The reason I'm using a really horrible, stinky, chilly, spicy mix as a glug is because the water is really murky and muddy, and this will add a lot of attraction to draw the carp in. Oh, and there he goes again with another run. Get in. Yeah, that was the bite I was just filming there. Definitely doesn't look like your typical carp. more of a crucian colour.
Go nice in a pond.
Yeah, look nice in my garden pond actually. But there we go, off you go, swim free, gain some weight, eat plenty bait. Nice one. Quite chuffed with that start. 2 carp in the first 40 minutes. I'll take it. So let's see what happens through the night. The rigs that I'm fishing at the moment are really simple rigs. They just standard, straightforward hair rigs, as I mentioned, with a sticky krill wafter. Nothing special about that rig at all. The other thing I should mention is I'm probably only fishing about 3 rod lengths out. It slopes off very gradual and then just flattens out into about 5 foot of water, and that's where I've got both rigs at the moment. But knowing how this place used to fish, I haven't really changed my tactics or done anything different from how I used to fish this place over 25 years ago. Just eating my toasty, truffle following me around because I've got my toasty, and getting quite a few liners on the right rod again. So just come out and see what happens. You can't have any, you got too many allergies. Suppose a little bit of ham won't hurt. Some cheese. Num num num. There you go. A bit more. And say I don't give you nothing. Battered me toasty now, look. It's been a warm day today and the carp have been cruising about 2 foot underneath the surface. I am expecting another run, so let's get some things ready for the night ahead. Okay, so just before it goes dark, I've tied up some more PVA mesh bags so as I don't have to mess around in the night. And inside those PVA mesh bags are just some 4mm high oil carp pallets. When the car's finished going past, a couple of guys in the peg behind, got a fire going, about 3 foot high, flames, music on, really loud, not really acceptable for a fishery. It's coming up to 10 o'clock and I don't think they're going to quieten down anytime soon. But when you come fishing, radio's blaring all the way across the lake. Just anyway, I'm not long for sitting listening to it, so we'll see how long I can stick it out before I've probably got an ad word with them. Anyway, let's see how the fishing goes. Well, the noise from the lads behind finally died down at about 12 o'clock last night. A restless night really. Went work in the day, pretty exhausted, really tired. Tried my best to stay awake, stayed up till about 1:30. Eventually, I did get too tired and I got in the sleeping bag just to try and grab a few hours kip. But the lake being next to a main road, the noise of the cars, that kept me awake too. Well, after having a couple yesterday in quick succession, I did think the action was going to continue through the night, but yeah, just a liner and then a run on the left rod, hit into it, but there was nothing on it, so chucked out another PVA mesh bag and just got back on the bench. So, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. Let's see what happens. One thing I should mention is the water levels are always a little bit down here, and I would recommend that when you're fishing carp angling, when fishing in shallow water and very close in, I always have my lines draped off the end of the rod tip very close to the bottom of the lake bed, and then that way I've got no lines going through the centre of the swim that might spook the carp. And because I'm fishing with slack lines, I'm using the lightest bobbins with minimal amount of weight. just had a run on my left rod. Turns out it wasn't a run, it was all of this being trailed by a carp. Good news is carp did come unhooked and I got all of this back. So result really, I'm down a carp, but at least there's a carp that's not trailing a rig around. One thing I want to talk about is how the carp behave in the summer. Now, all of their senses, their hearing, their sight, their smell is at their pinnacle, at their highest, and they are very spooky. So when you're fishing a small intimate lake, that might be an acre, 2 acres, but even on these 6 and 7 acres of water, you can have a lot of carp anglers. Now, a 7-acre lake might have 15 carp anglers on. Now, when you're fishing in the margins or very close in, the ideal method is to be very quiet. Don't make lots of noise. Now, I've been sitting here very quiet, but the other anglers on the complex are not actually being so quiet. Now, as I mentioned, the carp are very spooky this time of year, so it's very difficult to try and catch a carp in the summer on a busy lake if you're being quiet and stealthy when everybody else around you is not really being that at all. And yeah, it's making the session a little bit more difficult, to say the least. Now, it's been great revisiting my old stomping grounds. I haven't fished here for many years and it's been nice get out on the bank again at my local, catching a few carp. Now, there's something I really do need to bring up. How much rubbish do carp anglers need to try and cram in a bin before they realise the bin is full? Now, if there's a bin supplied by the fishery, it's probably the fishery's responsibility to empty that bin. But as you can see, this bin's full and people have still tried to cram more rubbish in. Please use a little bit of common sense. If the bins are full and overflowing, take your own rubbish home so you do not add to the problem. This is just not acceptable, to my opinion, in carp fishing or carp angling. Thanks for watching Committed to Carp, Bedtime Stories. I'll catch you next time.